this maybe day after tomorrow, a lot of questions, and I will be sending that through WhatsApp. Okay? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now coming back to the chart that we are discussing. Okay, wait. I think it's visible now. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me see कहाँ तक गए थे, सब खत्म हो गया था. ये भी derivation, this Schrödinger equation I gave you all. Let me make it a big one. Okay, now it's better. So now it is all about this Schrödinger equation, SI, SI. Did I start this nature of wave function? Hello? It's audible. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did I start this?
Yes, sir. You told about the three forms, sir.
Okay, okay. Now let us come back to this. The three forms that I gave you. This one is this again coming back for 1 minute. SI, SI. This is with the help of the Hamiltonian operator, and Hamiltonian operator we always take this as an energy operator. So E is the eigenvalue. You are also having the definition of what we mean by eigenvalues, eigenfunction, that is coming up later on. And I think I give you this up to this form I gave you, and the simple one is a simple one, whether it is one dimensional or three dimensional. Del square by del x square plus del square by del y square plus del square by del z square plus 8 pi square m h square e minus b psi is equal to 0. And all these three, the three partial differential forms can be taken also in the form of Laplacian operator. That also I gave you last time, that in the form of del square psi is equal to this is what we say, del square psi. Del square psi by del x square, del square psi by del y square, like this. It will give you 8 pi square m plus s square e minus b psi is equal to 0. So in this, whether it is this form or this Hamiltonian form, in each case we find this is a fixed value, this is also a fixed value. Only the function is a psi. So what is this psi? So I told you that psi is in the case of light. In the case of light, it simply represents the intensity of light. But in the case of electronic wave function, it represents that it is what we call the wave function of in the Schrödinger's wave equation, and is having no physical significance. What it represents? It represents the amplitude of the electronic wave function. क्योंकि if you are having a wave equation, you must have a wave function, you must have an amplitude, you must have a wavelength like this. So psi represents the amplitude of the electronic wave, and in the case of light, it represents the light intensity. So it is not having that much of significance. But and when you come to psi square, so psi square is otherwise called, let me come back to that. Okay, wait. So one is psi square. So psi is what we call the electronic wave function. It's visible now. So psi is something called the electronic wave function, and psi square is what we call the square of the electronic wave function, and psi square represents the probability of finding maximum electron charge density in a volume space. So the psi square is so in terms of volume integral, that is psi square dV minus infinity plus infinity is nothing but it is given as psi into psi cross into dV minus infinity loss infinity equal to 1. This is what we say the mathematical formula for psi square. So psi square means it's the square of the amplitude. So it represents the amount of electron charge density in terms of an electronic wave which is being distributed or which is being dissipated in a certain volume space given by dV. So for us, the dV is nothing but dx, dy, dz. Yes or no? Hello. And the psi square is given as psi into psi cross. So this is a real value. This is an imaginary value. So what does this mean? But look at the volume integral. It comes out to a real value. So this shows that the volume integral of that square of the electronic wave function is always, it comes out to be a real value which is nothing but 1. It means that whether it is psi or psi square representing certain characteristics of the Schrödinger's wave equation does mean that the electronic wave in terms of charge density is dissipated with respect to a certain volume space like s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, or f orbital. And again, someone is coming at 9:20. So that's what we mean by the value of psi square. So what is psi? So psi is the electronic amplitude of the electronic wave function. It is also the solution to that wave function. Because if we take that wave function del square psi by 8 pi square m, it's just visible now. It is hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes. This is
A
what
bit shiny, sir.
थोड़ा light reflects साथ के light का बंद कर ले. Wait.
हाँ, sir. थोड़ा shiny, sir.
So एक back से अपना. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Now it's perfect.
So this is what we already discussed in the last class. The Laplacian operator, it takes into account all the 3 coordinate axes x, y, z. In terms of partial form, del by del x, del by del y, del by del z. That what we abhi 5 minutes ke baad I will be starting the operator concept. This is also there in your course. So del square psi is 8 pi square h square e minus 3 psi equal to. So this is the total energy and heat transfer the potential energy. So if we solve this second order differential equation, we will be getting many values to this equation in terms of psi. क्योंकि इसमें एक ही अननोन फंक्शन है और अननोन वैल्यू जो psi है. So what it says that when this is solved, psi can take values like 0, 1, 2, like this. Also, it also gives some solutions which are imaginary. There are solutions which are real solutions. There are certain solutions which are imaginary. So look at put that concept here. When you take the volume integral of psi square dV, combine this infinity to cross infinity means covering the total volume space. It is psi into psi cross. So psi takes into account all these real values, all these real solutions to the wave equation. Whereas this psi cross takes into account all the imaginary solutions, all the imaginary values of psi, which are the result of the solution to this wave function, even for a particular electron like 1s1, or let's say 2s2, or 3px1, we'll be getting different forms, different solutions to this wave equation in terms of, because psi for 1s1 is not same the psi value for 3px1 or 3py1 or 3dxy1. Is it clear? Hello. Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Simply because your answer the sir ने ऐसे क्यों बोल दिया? क्योंकि when we talk of 1s1 electron, when we talk of 3px1 electron, or when we talk of 3dxy1 electron, we talk of the electron charge or the electronic wave function corresponding to that, let's say 1s1 or 3px1 or 3dxy1 being dissipated, being stipulated to a particular volume space, which is either s orbital or a px orbital or a dxy orbital. ये तीनों का all these three, ये तीनों का set is not same. Is it same? Hello, Pitex. Is it same? S orbital,
No, sir.
px? No, it's not same. That's why अगर तुमको बोला जाए कि you take 1 liter of liquid, you put it in a conical flask. You take 1 liter of liquid, you put in a volumetric flask. Will you get the same shape of that liquid? Liquid का कोई shape नहीं होता है. Similarly, the electronic wave function do not have a particular shape. वो जहां जितना वॉल्यूम स्पेस में वो चार्ज को तुमको रखना है, correspondingly तुमको s orbital मिलेगा. The charge is distributed throughout the sphere because s orbital is spherical. When you talk of a 3px1 electron or its electronic wave, the electron charge density is dissipated in a px orbital like this. जहां का जिसका globe, the lobe is much more voluminous, it's much more in size towards the end, क्योंकि वहां चार्ज ज्यादा होता है. जहां दोनों स्फीयर को तुम ऐसे चिपका के you get px or you get py or let's say you get pz. ये जो नोड होता है जहां पॉइंट, जिस पॉइंट में दो स्फीयर को तुमने मिला है, वहां इलेक्ट्रॉन चार्ज डेंसिटी इज द मिनिमम. So we will not be getting the, once we solve this for any particular electronic system, we will not be getting the same values of psi, whether real or imaginary, simply because the corresponding electronic wave function for each orbiting electronic wave is not same. क्योंकि psi difference होगा. ठीक है. So now we can talk about this volumetry. We can talk that, look at this. This is the concept which is an imaginary concept. ऐसा कुछ orbital नहीं है. वो s orbits are there. You go by Bohr's model, you go by Sommerfeld's model, orbits are there. But orbital has no physical significance. कोई बोल दिया, कोई तुमको बोल दे कि ये s इलेक्ट्रॉन का चार्ज यहाँ मैक्सिमम है, and we assume that this is the area where the s electron charge density is maximum. That's why, but look at this. The volumetric comes out of object real value. So that shows, that gives the physical significance of this concept of orbital. The concept is a imaginary concept. The concept is a when mathematically, with the help of Schrödinger's wave equation, we try to analyze the existence, the concentration, the possibility or the probability of electron charge density being stipulated to a particular area, the answer comes out to be very well. So I have given in that what is psi, what is psi square, what is psi square. So psi का कुछ, so the point is which values of psi we must accept and which values of psi we must reject. Looking at the solution to this wave, Schrödinger's wave equation for a particular electron or for a particular electronic wave. So psi must be single value, psi must be real, and psi must have finite values. इसका मतलब है कि if psi is coming out to be a real value or real solution, then d psi by dx also should be a real solution, or del square psi by del x square also should be a real value. That's what we mean by the concept of psi being. Psi का मतलब है जो psi तुमको मिलेगा in terms of certain limit like 0, 1, 2 or -1, -2 square root of -1, imaginary 1 वो भी आएगा. इसीलिए तो बोला जाता है कि there are certain जैसे आगे स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी पढ़ेंगे कि why certain transitions are allowed, why certain transitions are not allowed. That is as per the symmetry rule. तो कुछ होता है जिसको हम allow करते हैं. It is allowed as per quantum mechanics. There are certain things in quantum mechanics which are not allowed, and we call them as the forbidden one. What we call them? Hello, Sandeep. We call them as forbidden one. Forbidden means not allowed, not allowed conceptually. Not allowed conceptually. जैसे it is easier for an electron in the first orbit to absorb a little bit of amount of energy to go to the next cell. It can go to fifth cell, but it needs that amount of energy to go to the fifth cell, and that amount of energy may not be available in their system or may not be supplied from outside. That's why there are certain things which we call as allowed as for quantum mechanics. There are certain things we call as disallowed as for quantum mechanics. So ये जो allowed, being non-allowed will be आगे देखा जाएगा when you go to the spectroscopy. ठीक है. So this is all about this NSI से प्रस्तुत तो This is all about this concept of psi and psi square. So I will be giving you a lot of MCQs. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, because Wednesday is a holiday. I'll be getting enough time and I'll be doing that. Now coming back to this. Okay. So this what I scored that that I have written it, what I have done. It's probability of finding electron charge density maximum. Okay. Now come to operator. This is also there in your course. As you know, as you might have got in mathematics also the concept of operator. That means this is Laplacian operator, Hamiltonian operator. So what is an operator? It's any symbol that indicates an operation to be performed. So an operator may be regarded as a function or a transformation like this. Suppose say I have a function like fx. Let's say a is normal given in cap. A cap is equal to fx. Let's say we get another function gx. So we tell here okay. So this is what we say operator. So a fx gx. So this is a normal function. This is what we say operator. So when this operator is operated upon this mathematical function, we get a result. This could be another function. This could be a solution or whatever. Now the point is, this A operator could be in simple form, an addition, could be a subtraction, could be a differentiation, could be an integral, could be a Laplacian operator, could be an Hamiltonian operator, could be an Hamiltonian operator. So these are simple things. Simple say, let's say I have fx is equal to x squared. Clear? It's audible, visible now. Hello, jaldi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I
Yes,
smart.
sir. Yes, sir.
So fx is equal to x squared. Let's say my operator is d by dx. So if I write a cap fx, that is equal to d by dx x squared. So my answer will be how much? Hello?
2x.
2x. Good. So that's very simple concept. That's what we mean by the meaning of an operator. This A could be a differentiation like del by del x. It could be an integral function. It could be Laplacian operator. Then it could be Hamiltonian operator x. So cap दिया जाए normally. Del Laplacian operator, Hamiltonian operator. It could be simple del by del x. It could be simple addition. It could be simple subtraction, or it could be simply also multiplication. Yeah. So an operator is nothing but the thing that you have to do upon a mathematical function to get a result. Okay. So now I am coming back to that. Okay. Now, so these are simple things. So a function is called तुम्हारा जो MCQ आएगा ऐसे. Under which condition I have written it that it could be d by dx, d square by dx square. It could be a log. It could be a square root. It could be square. It could be an integral. Everything. Okay. Now a function f is called a linear operator if it has two properties like f of x plus y is equal to f of x plus f of y for all values of x and y. Similarly, in the case of multiplication, let's say f of a function cx by c is a constant could be c into f of x for all values of x and all constants c. I think it is understandable. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, come down to this. I've already given you this material, so I'll just simply go over this till I get the questions to discuss with you. Then addition and subtraction operator is just like this. A cap or a by means an operator plus or minus b bar of fx. So then we can write a operator of fx plus b operator of fx, or a operator of fx minus b operator of fx. So where this a and b could be the same type of operator or could be different type of operator. But what it means that operators, two different or same operators being operated upon a algebraic function can be in the form of addition or can be in the form of subtraction. Then coming to multiplication, it's very simple. I've already given this here. This is also in the example of a multiplication operator, that a cap b cap of fx is a cap of b cap of fx, which is also equal to a cap, let's say another function of a cap of gx. Kyunki when I write that a cap b cap of fx, but a cap is one operator, b cap is another operator. These are two different operators. So a and b are two different operators being operated upon a function fx. So we could write a operator, b operator of fx. इसका result होगा gx, another function. तो उसके बाद a operator can be operated upon this gx to get another function or another solution, which is called h of x. Similarly, this is what we say square operator, like square operator is, let's say, a operator square fx is equal to a operator of fx. So question is, look at this question. Square root is, this is square root, not square. Square root is not a linear operator. What I'll be giving to you, let's say in the MCQs, I'll be giving you a function and I'll be telling you, you take the help of a square root operator and show me that it is not linear. Had it been linear, this condition could have been satisfied. So what this is will be verified once a function is taken and the square root operator is operated upon that. Next is called commutator operator. Commutator is just like तुमने पढ़ा होगा कि there are two operators A and B represented by A dot B is called a commutator operator of A and B on a function f if this condition is satisfied. A dot B of fx is same as B dot A of fx, or A operator B operator of fx minus B operator A operator of fx is equal to 0. That what we mean by commutator operator. जैसे तुमने क्लास में पढ़ा होगा हाई स्कूल लेवल में, that A B is equal to B A. That's what we mean by commutator. Okay. The last one is called Hamiltonian operator. Hamiltonian. An operator is called Hamiltonian if it satisfies this condition. The integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of f star x, it's a function, then operator A of gx dx equal to, so it is an integral, it is integral from minus infinity to plus infinity of gx, A operator, A star operator of fx dx. That's what we mean by Hamiltonian operator. Then comes the postulates. Now there are 4 to 5 postulates of quantum mechanics, and some of them are very important because they speak about the possibility of a quantum state, they speak about the possibility of an energy state, and this is what we call the first function. The first postulate is very simple, and I think already I have given this. Yes or no? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
This one, look at this. Integral of minus infinity to plus infinity psi star x into psi x dx equal to 1. ये मैंने दिया है कि नहीं वॉल्यूम इंटीग्रल में? हेलो, जब ऑर्बिटल का कंसेप्ट समझा रहे थे, वॉल्यूम इंटीग्रल ऑफ psi स्क्वायर dv from minus infinity to plus infinity is equal to 1, वो ऑर्बिटल कंसेप्ट था कि नहीं? हेलो,
हाँ सर.
हाँ. So the first postulate is the state of a quantum mechanical system is completely specified by a function psi x that depends upon the coordinate of the axis, means x. This is called the wave function or a state function, means psi. or let's say psi x along a particular direction x. It could be psi y, it could be psi of z in all the three possible directions. Psi square x dx or psi star x into psi x dx is that what I already told. The probability of finding maximum charge density means electron charge density which lies in the interval dx, and psi star x is the complex conjugate of psi x, and that I have told that if psi x is imaginary. So psi x takes into account the real values or real solutions of psi when the Schrödinger equation is solved, and the imaginary values or the imaginary solutions are taken care of by psi star. Second, the time dependent wave function or state function is governed by Schrödinger's time dependent wave equation. And this is nothing but the same psi. What is this? If you go back to this Schrödinger's wave equation, let's say this one also is time independent. ठीक है, time dependent पे चले आएंगे. This is what we call time dependent wave equation. वहाँ t एक factor है. So look at this. This psi is called the wave function or the state function, and it is nothing but a solution to this Schrödinger's wave equation. यहाँ लिखा है कि नहीं, psi of RT is the wave function defined over space R and time t. So this is the time dependent wave equation, and this is what we call the time independent wave equation. यहाँ कोई t नहीं है. Clear? Okay. So कहाँ चला गया? हाँ. So time dependent wave function means psi only x, no t, psi x. It's a state function and governed by the Schrödinger's time dependent wave equation. Third, every observable in classical mechanics is represented by linear Hamiltonian operator in quantum mechanics. Suppose every observable, anyone who can say what do you mean by this observable? ठीक है, 3-4 दोनों को मैं बता देता हूँ, उसके बाद observable क्या है वो डिस्कशन करेंगे. 4 नंबर वाला है, states that in any measurement of the observable associated with the operator A will yield the result as eigenvalues of the corresponding operator which satisfies the eigenvalue equation given as A operator of psi n is A n psi n. Now I'm coming back to the हाँ इधर चला आते हैं. अभी बोलो कि anyone can say, तुमने मैथमेटिक्स में पढ़ा होगा आइगन फंक्शन आइगन एनर्जी पढ़ा है कि नहीं? हेलो,
अभी तक नहीं सर.
ये फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर नहीं था,
तो सेकंड सेमेस्टर में है.
सेकंड में सर.
हाँ सेकंड में है. तो कॉन्सेप्ट इज दैट फॉर every function like psi, if you operate, let's say I operate, ठीक है मुझे उठना पड़ेगा. इसका सिंपल मतलब जो है मैथमेटिक्स में तुम्हारा वो ज्यादा क्वेश्चन है, ज्यादा डेरिवेशन है. द कांसेप्ट इज देयर, वी आर ओनली कोटिंग द कांसेप्ट टू एक्सप्लेन आवर केस. So it's quite obvious that I may not be able to clear your concept of this, but when you go to the math class, there you got this eigen function, eigen energy, and you got a lot of questions you get to do in from cases that you will be clear. One thing remember, let's say I have an energy operator E is an energy, and let's say this is the function fx. What is this? So this function is nothing but in terms of classical mechanics is an observable. Is an observable means it's something which we call, let's say the operator could be a momentum operator, the operator could be a velocity operator, the operator could be an energy operator as in this case. So this energy, velocity, momentum, let's say kinetic energy, potential energy, all these are the concepts in classical mechanics, and when in quantum mechanics you operate upon these certain functions, these observables the result comes out to be a linear value. That's what he says. That means so आगे टेबल है मैं दिखाऊंगा, अभी थोड़ा तुमको कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं हो सकता है, इतना ही याद रखो that if psi n is a if psi n is a wave function on which we operate an operator a cap, and correspondingly if the result comes out to be a n psi n, but a n is a constant, and this we call that this is called an eigenfunction, and the corresponding value that we get in terms of a n is a constant which we call the eigenvalue, and this is called the eigenfunction. So that what we means by, and it says that whenever you go for any each observable in classical mechanics, if you try to represent with the help of a linear Hamiltonian operator, all quantum mechanical operators are linear. Means this concept is, वो concept किधर गया linear का, hello ऊपर है, हाँ, this concept is satisfied. All quantum mechanical operators open the observables that we find in classical mechanics like velocity, momentum, kinetic energy, potential energy, all the result coming out to be a linear one. That's what is the next postulate. Second is if a system is in a state represented by normalized wave function. आगे बताऊंगा कि normalized wave function है क्या. Normalized wave function psi, then the average value of the observable corresponding to the operator A is given as, this is called the average value of the observable A is equal to, वही है जो ऊपर दिया गया है a n. Why we take n? Because we take n values of the wave function psi, that's why we take psi n, we write it a n. But a is nothing but the value of the observable, and if you, the average value of a will be equal to square root of, sorry, integral of minus infinity to plus infinity of psi cross, or simply psi cross operator a psi dx. Yeah, these 5 are very important. Sixth one is also hard in some cases. It states that the wave function must be antisymmetric with respect to the interchange of both space and spin coordinates of the formats. ये तुम्हारा कोर्स में नहीं है, because you do not have any idea about these formats and these bosons, mesons. You do not have any idea. Only you can remember this statement, because I cannot make you understand this. What do you mean by fermion? What do you mean by boson? When you go to electrical properties of materials, second year, where you discuss properties like charge density, charge mobility, वहां तुमको ये फॉर्मेट्स के बारे में कुछ पता चलेगा. तो इधर वो संभव नहीं है. इतना ही याद रखो, 1 2 3 4. 1 is very simple, which is nothing but gives the concept of orbital in terms of volumetrical from minus infinity to plus infinity. Second talks about the wave function being a state function, and you know what is a state function. जैसे मैं पढ़ा होगा thermodynamics पे extensive property, एक होता है state function, and it depends upon certain conditions. And similarly, the third one is all about these observables that we find in classical mechanics, and all these quantum mechanical operators, even if we apply, will also be all linear. And the fourth one gives the concept of eigenvalues and eigenfunction, and the fifth one gives the average, getting this average value of a n in terms of the volumetrical from minus infinity to plus infinity in terms of the wave function. Clear? I will not go to discuss this particle in one dimension box. That will take up next time. This is one of the application of this Schrödinger's wave equation. The particle could be in one dimensional box, particle could be in three dimensional box, and how, by utilizing, look at this, by utilizing this simple equation, del square psi by del x square, del square psi by del y square, del square psi by del z square plus 8 pi square m by s square e minus b psi is equal to 0. We'll try to find out the corresponding energy that we'll be getting it here. Okay, we are getting it here, the energy. This is nothing but this energy kahan gaya ho. This is what is the value for this E. Clear? And also we'll get some constant K in terms of the energy. उसके बाद हमको मिलेगा कि भाई वो psi का वैल्यू क्या होगा. देखो psi का वैल्यू है square root of root 2 by a sine n pi x by a. So and this is the energy value. N is nothing but n1, 2, 3, and these are nothing but the quantum numbers. Clear? So we'll discuss this only the next Monday. So only remember till now that this is the particular one-dimension box is one of the application of the Schrödinger-Schroeder equation, where we solve this simple. कहाँ गया? We solve this simple three-dimensional Schrödinger-Schroeder equation and try to find out the values of E by ये कैसे निकलेगा? अगर V को तुम 0 ले सकते हो by some way, then we can determine the value of E, and also we'll be able to determine the value of sine, and that is done here in this case of this particle in a box which is nothing but a one-dimensional box. उसको हम stipulate कर देते हैं कि by the particle is only the particle is stipulated to move between these two extreme values of x is equal to 0, x is equal to a, but the potential energy inside the box is equal to 0, and at outside it is maximum, and inside the box it is 0. It is stipulated to move around this, and we call it as a free particle. We call this as free particle. So potential energy is same everywhere, and potential box में होगा 0, and outside हो जाएगा free particle. Inside में होगा, it is stipulated to a condition where it is stipulated to move between V alpha, which is the infinite value, and V0 is the minimum value. We'll discuss this later on in the next class. So I just give you a task. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You please go through this 5 operator concept. थोड़ा concept को समझो, और the condition क्या है, linear, multiplication, additional, और definition क्या है. आगे कुछ questions है, and once I complete this particularly one-dimensional box, I'll be able to complete the application of Schrödinger-Schroeder equation. उसके बाद हम जाएंगे what do you mean by this eigen values, eigen function, and this operator का काफी question आगे है, और थोड़ा एक चीजें selection rule, वहाँ से भी काफी multiple questions आता है. So this much for you today. We'll be completing this chapter maybe in another 2 classes, but I'll be sending you अब तक जितना दिया गया है, the material is before you. I will be sending you a lot of MCQs. अच्छा, ये संदी बताओ कि तुम्हारा जो एग्जाम हुआ था फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में, वो कितना मार्क का था?
सर 100 मार्क का था.
अच्छा 100. तो MCQs था 60 या 70?
सर 110.
सर 110 मार्क्स का था और सब एमसीक्यू था.
110 मार्क्स का MCQs था. नहीं, मुझे बताओ कि all were mandatory. हेलो?
No sir.
No sir, not all were mandatory.
तो उसमें कितना करना था तुमको, वही बात बोल रहा हूँ.
सर
सर वो
110
ऑप्शनल है
में से
सर,
100
जैसे
करना था.
10 में कुछ भी कर सकते हैं
नहीं, कुछ भी कितना टेल मी.
सर. जैसे अगर इन
सर 110 में
10 में पूरा अटेंड किए, देन वो सर 100 का ही पूरा मार्क्स मिलेगा, जो 100 करेक्ट होगा.
Oh, so you have to attend anyhow 100 questions.
यस सर.
That's what I mean. Each question क्या is 1 mark. Is it right?
Yes
Yes,
sir.
यस सर.
अच्छा, तो इसका मुझे जो पता चला कि 110 क्वेश्चन हर सब्जेक्ट में 110 आया था. हेलो?
यस
हाँ
सर.
सर.
ओके, 110 से तुमको 100 करना है, एंड 100 इज द मैक्सिमम. ठीक है. सेकंड पॉइंट आई वांट टू नो, ये जो जैसे असाइनमेंट है, क्विज है, और सप्लाईज टेस्ट है, जो ऑटोनोमस में इधर भी है और तुम्हारा वो यूनिवर्सिटी सिस्टम में पहले था, उसमें वो कुछ हुआ था कि वही 100 मार्क्स से सब कुछ हुआ? बोलो. Could you follow me, Hitesh?
सर इंटरनल टोटल 50 का था.
सर वो अलग हुआ था सर.
और तो
सर वो अलग हुआ सर.
अलग हुआ था. तो ये इसका मतलब है तुम्हारा टोटल कोर्स का नंबर था 150.
यस सर.
Yes sir.
100 for this written aspect, 50 for this internal. 50 इंटरनल में क्या क्या हुआ था, एक बताए कोई एक.
सर प्रैक्टिकल्स था, वाइवा था, सरप्राइज टेस्ट था, क्विज टेस्ट था.
वो तो लाभ का, मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए. मैं लाभ का जो 50 मार्क है, जो लाभ इज टेकिंग एंड you will be giving you mark. उसमें लैब टेस्ट है, क्विज है, वो छोड़ो, वो तो 50 लैब का है, लैब का 50 है, उसको छोड़ो। थ्योरी का वही 100 मार्क्स था, जो तुमको नंबर मिला वो आउट ऑफ 100 मिला, ऐसा नो?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, वहाँ वो एमसीक्यू को छोड़ के कुछ था क्या, क्विज सरप्राइज वगैरह हुआ था? नहीं।
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Quiz
वो
test,
mark-
surprise test.
हाँ, वो मार्क कहाँ ऐड हुआ? वो मार्क कहाँ ऐड हुआ?
सर उसी में ऐड हुआ सर, वो 50 में, इंटरनल 50 में सर वो ऐड हुआ। 5 मार्क्स का था सर सब कुछ।
हाँ, वो तो ठीक, वो तो मैं जानता हूँ। 5 + 5 + 5 दैट इज 15। ओके, दैट्स ओके। ये जो 15 मार्क, 5 क्विज, 5 असाइनमेंट, 5 सरप्राइज, 15, ये ऐड हुआ किसके साथ? लैब के साथ?
सर नहीं सर, इंटरनल में सर टोटल 50 में ऐड हो गया था।
50 में ये तो 15 हुआ, बाकी 35 मार्क्स क्या हुआ?
सर क्लास टेस्ट 1, क्लास टेस्ट 2।
अच्छा, वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ। तो तुम्हारा हुआ था क्या? यूनिवर्सिटी ने क्या डिसाइड किया? जिस कॉलेज में नहीं हुआ था उनको कैसे मिला? ना कॉलेज वाले तुम्हारा एग्जाम करके मार्क भेजा था? बोलो।
सर एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकल्स हो गए थे सर, एंड पहले का सर सरप्राइज, हाँ आंसर सरप्राइज टेस्ट एंड क्विज टेस्ट सर पहले ऑनलाइन हो गया था सर, जो हम लोग घर में थे।
हाँ, वो भी मुझे लगता है, मैंने एक सेमिस्टर का लिया था। मैंने पिछले सेमिस्टर में ही एक ही पढ़ाया था। अभी जो तुम्हारा सेकेंड ईयर में है उनका मैं ही पढ़ाया था, और मैंने कुछ ठाकुर साहब को मैंने कुछ क्वेश्चन करके दिया था टू हैव द क्विज गूगल फॉर्म में, कि मुझे याद है। ये अब 2020 का मई या जून महीना होगा। तो तुम्हारा थ्योरी कंपोनेंट के लिए हमको क्लास टेस्ट 1, क्लास टेस्ट 2 और सरप्राइज अगन बगन करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? वही मुझे बोलो।
सर इंटरनल्स के लिए वो करना पड़ेगा सर।
ठीक है, ओके, थैंक यू हितेश, संदीप, for that information, because we have been to autonomous for the last 3 years, almost the last 4 years, so now we have been starting forgetting all these things. Anyway, thank you. So we will be taking care, and we will be sending you a lot of MCQs for that theoretical aspect. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.